This year's fair is taking place in the shadow of the Russian-induced war in Ukraine. Polish President Andrzej Duda, honorary patron of the Kielce fair, visited the stands of partners in the modernization of the Polish army, manufacturers of military equipment bought from the United States and South Korea, where Marosz Błaszczak was still in charge of the Ministry of National Defense.
Coraz więcej wydajemy na obronność, dlatego
We are spending more and more on defence. So this year's budget was already 4.2% of our GDP for defence, and next year, as we heard today from the Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister of Defence, 4.7% of GDP is planned for defence, so almost 200 billion zloty will be spent on defence in the next budget. We are signing more contracts, which is very important, that not only for the purchase of equipment from the United States and South Korea, and not only Apache attack helicopters or Korean Chunmo FA-50 or F-35 attack helicopters from the US, but, ladies and gentlemen, also our equipment and our technical thought. At this year's fair, an executive contract was to be signed for the delivery of the next batch of 180 Korean K2 tanks, still negotiated by the United Right. It may be worrisome that these landmark agreements are missing. I can't imagine that the next batches not be accompanied by agreements for servicing these tanks in Poland. This is necessary. Besides, what was signed today is rather small compared to last year's fair. Instead, the current leadership of the Ministry of Defence signed 3 contracts for radio receivers for the Vistula and Narew anti-aircraft systems, HIAB cranes, and contamination detection systems for Rosomak wheeled transporters. And the head of the Ministry of Defence, Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz, is expected to promote Polish armaments export products from now on. This is to show that we can work together, that the executive branch, the government with the president, work together for the security of Poland, but also for the promotion of the Polish economy and the Polish defence industry in the world. The Presidential National Security Office, in cooperation with the Ministry of Defence, has created a catalogue featuring technologies and innovative solutions developed by Polish defence companies. This increase in offerings testifies to how the market is changing and how many new players are entering the market, small and medium-sized companies, of which we are generally not aware, which are growing very quickly, but need to aggregate capital for this growth. The catalogue, created by the National Security Bureau, includes more than 200 products from 61 Polish companies, both private and state-owned. Radosław Jankiewicz, TV Republika.